I feel very fortunate to have this deep well of Chinese culture, history, and philosophy to draw upon in my life and my stories, even if I'm just touching the surface. Being an ABC, an Australian-born Chinese, that's all I can do. I wanted to be an artist, so when I left school, I studied graphic design. I worked as a graphic designer for a number of years, but I was still struggling with my Chineseness. I found that in order to accept myself, I needed to embrace the culture behind who I was. So in 1979, I went to Taiwan to study Chinese language and painting. I'd only intended to go for the summer break, but I loved it so much I stayed for 5 years. After a year in the US, I then went to live in Nanjing to study Chinese painting, followed by a year in Hangzhou, where I studied at the Zhejiang Academy of Fine Art. I returned to Australia no longer feeling like a white girl trapped inside a Chinese girl's body. For the first time, I was proud of my Chinese heritage and realised that having more than one culture was so wonderfully enriching. Now I can choose which culture I want to be at any given time and can transition from speaking English to Chinese with relative ease. It's a common story among those from migrant families. Ironically, I am now grateful to all those racist bigots who called me names when I was growing up. If they hadn't, I know for certain I wouldn't be a children's author today. Unlike most writers who have had a passion for writing since they were really little, my passion only came about in adulthood. The emotions I felt as a child became the motivation for me to express through my novels all my feelings about culture, equality, and humanity. So from bad things, good things can grow.